She was a young woman living an ordinary life in the historic city of York. A chef, a daughter, a sister, and a friend. By all appearances, her world was stable, filled with laughter, plans for the future, and the comforts of routine. But on one March evening in 2009, Claudia finished her shift, walked home, and spoke to her family on the phone for what would be the last time. The following morning, she vanished. No trace, no clear answers, only questions that grow darker with time. Secrets and silence have clouded this case for over a decade. Did Claudia fall victim to someone she trusted? Or was she simply in the wrong place at the wrong time? This is a story of mystery, deception, and heartbreak. Today, we explore the disappearance of Claudia Lawrence. Born in 1974 to Peter and Joan Lawrence, Claudia grew up in Yorkshire, the daughter of a respected solicitor. She was close to her family, cheerful, sociable, and discovered an early passion for cooking. After qualifying as a chef, she worked in restaurants before moving into catering at the University of York. By 2007, Claudia had her own cottage just a few miles from work. To outsiders, her life looked stable and happy. But beneath the surface, Claudia kept parts of her life hidden. She was known to have short-term relationships, though she rarely spoke of them. On Wednesday, March the 18th, 2009, Claudia started her day like any other. She arrived at Goodrich College at 6 a.m, clocked in, and worked her usual shift as a chef. By early afternoon, she was done. CCTV captured her leaving work. Just minutes later, she was seen stopping at a postbox, dropping something inside before continuing her journey. A neighbour then spotted her in person, and a colleague offered her a lift, dropping her right outside her door. These were the final confirmed moments of Claudia's life on camera. That evening, she phoned friends and family. Her mother recalled her being chatty, relaxed, and making plans for Mother's Day. With her car in for repairs, Claudia explained she needed an early night. She'd be walking to work the next morning, but she never arrived. At 6 a.m. on March 19th, her absence was immediately noticed. Claudia was always on time. Her phone rang out, going to voicemail. Susie called again, still no answer. She phoned Goodrich College and learned Claudia had not been seen since Wednesday. Terrified, she contacted Claudia's father. Together, they went to her home. Inside, nothing seemed out of place. Her bed was neatly made, breakfast dishes were stacked in the sink, hair dye bottles and gloves were left in the bathroom. But her phone, her work rucksack, and her hair straighteners were gone. It looked as if she had left for work as normal, but never made it there. Forensic teams scoured her home. No signs of forced entry, no blood, no struggle, no attempt to clean up. Experts concluded if something happened to Claudia, it happened outside the house, somewhere on her way to work. But if she did leave, why wasn't she on CCTV? Police reviewed every camera along her route. Nothing. Not a single image. It was as if Claudia vanished into thin air. As hours turned into days, the investigation shifted. This was no longer a missing person case. Something darker had happened. And then, the witnesses came forward. The first described a man and a woman on Melrose Gate Bridge at 5:35 a.m. Thursday morning, exactly the time Claudia should have been walking to work. The man was slim, in a dark hoodie and combat trousers, smoking with his left hand. The woman had mousy brown hair and wore a waist-length blue jacket. They stood near an electricity substation, deep in conversation. Was it Claudia? If she left home as planned, the timing fit perfectly. The second sighting was just as disturbing. Around 6:10 a.m, a witness reported seeing a man arguing with a woman on a grass slope beside a parked car on University Way. The passenger door was open. The man wore a hoodie pulled tightly over his head. The woman appeared smaller, vulnerable. Could this have been Claudia too? Two separate witnesses, the same description of the man and the same time frame. Mistaken identity is possible, but is it likely? Yet, when police reviewed CCTV for Melrose Gate shops, the cameras showed 3 people walking past that morning. To this day, investigators have never confirmed if any of them was Claudia. If these sightings were real, it suggested something chilling. Claudia may have set out for work and met someone who stopped her in her tracks. Police dug into her finances. No suspicious activity, no withdrawals, no debts, nothing to suggest she ran away, and nothing to suggest her disappearance was financially motivated. As detectives dug deeper, her hidden relationships became the focus.
Well, it's now 11 weeks since Claudia disappeared. There's been no proof of life. I'm treating this investigation as one of suspected murder.
You see, some people might think they're protecting Claudia and they're protecting Claudia's reputation, but it's far, far more important than that, if indeed we are talking here about murder. I mean, you do want to hear from people who even have suspicions about other people. That would be useful to you at this stage.
Absolutely. I'm not here to judge Claudia's relationships. I'm here to investigate them. I need people to share that information with me.
Had Claudia been the victim of someone she knew? A jealous partner? Or someone with a grudge? CCTV and phone records provided few answers. Her phone was deliberately switched off around midday on March 19th. It had never left the local area. The last text she answered was the night before. The final message she received was from a man in Cyprus, but she never replied. Months passed. Leads came and went. Police expanded their investigation abroad, even to Cyprus, where Claudia had been on holiday and considered work. Nothing. Journalists covering the story were threatened, suggesting someone close to Claudia wanted the truth to be buried.
The man leading the case told me he's convinced some people police have already spoken to are holding back.
Is everybody being honest with you?
I don't think people are being completely honest with us, and those particularly closest to Claudia and associates, I still think there's information they are not divulging at the minute. For whatever reason, I would encourage them to come forward.
Years later, in 2013, investigators returned with advanced forensic tools. They recovered new fingerprints and a man's DNA on a cigarette butt inside Claudia's car. A possible breakthrough, but once again, the trail went cold. CCTV showed suspicious vehicles outside her home the night before she disappeared, particularly a white van captured on a bus camera as the bus passed. No more information has been released concerning the vehicle. Was it connected in any way or not at all? Several men known to Claudia were arrested, but all were released without charge. Detectives remained certain someone was holding back information. On the 6th anniversary of her disappearance, chilling CCTV emerged. A figure was caught entering the alleyway behind her house. Then reappearing minutes later. The man visibly stops, not wanting to be seen. Hours later, another person paced back and forth at the same spot. Were they connected to Claudia's fate, or just shadows passing through the night? By 2016, police pushed to charge 4 men with her murder, but prosecutors refused, citing lack of evidence. Once again, the case collapsed. Some speculated that notorious killer Christopher Halliwell, convicted of multiple murders, could be linked. His description fit the left-handed smoker. He was rumoured to have hinted at more victims, yet police insist there's no evidence tying him to Claudia, as he was reportedly miles away on the day she disappeared. And while investigators struggled, the criticism grew louder. In the early days, police had treated the case far too lightly. Delayed searches, missing evidence, leads allowed to fade. Claudia's family were left not only without answers, but with the sinking feeling that opportunities to solve the mystery had been lost forever. Through it all, her father Peter fought tirelessly, not only for answers, but for change. His campaign led to Claudia's Law, passed in 2019, giving families of missing people the power to manage their loved ones' affairs after 90 days. Tragically, Peter Lawrence died in 2021, never knowing what became of his daughter. Today, the mystery remains. No body, no conclusive evidence, and no justice. But someone, somewhere, knows what happened. Claudia's mother and friends continue to fight for answers. There are countless theories, but no proof. Police may have their suspicions, yet without evidence, they remain powerless. Many believe this was a conspiracy carried out by people close to home, perhaps even in New York itself. But unless someone breaks their silence, the truth will stay buried. We can only hope the police have exhausted every tool possible, revisiting suspects, re-examining witness accounts, and separating fact from red herrings. The question lingers. Did Claudia really leave her home that morning? Or did she have an unexpected visitor? Have the police withheld CCTV or witness statements that could shed light on what happened? If Claudia did get into a car, it was likely with someone she knew and trusted. If it was a stranger, then surely someone would have seen or heard something on that busy road. Another theory suggests she left with the visitor the night before, planning to be dropped at work in the morning. Could this explain the mysterious white van parked outside her home? Yet, if so, why were there no text messages, no calls, no trace, unless she had another phone the police have never found? Perhaps investigators know more than they can share, protecting the integrity of the case. But the rabbit hole runs deep, and with every passing year the question grows heavier. But at the heart of it all is not just a mystery, but a woman who was loved by her family and friends. That should never be forgotten.